They do this dance, and Mark Antony's like, go put your hands on your mother's hips.
The Beckham family drama continues to escalate after firstborn son Brooklyn Beckham blasted his famous parents, David and Victoria, in a long and emotional Instagram message.
The Beckham family drama has officially crossed a line, and things are getting way more intense than anyone expected. What once looked polished and untouchable is now cracking right down the middle, and people are paying attention fast. Firstborn son Brooklyn Beckham has finally broken his silence, calling out his famous parents, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, in a long, emotional Instagram statement that's shaking up their perfectly managed image. This wasn't random or impulsive either. Brooklyn's words pulled back the curtain on what really went down at his wedding, exposing moments that left guests stunned and seriously uncomfortable. Sources claim Victoria's behavior on stage, including a boundary-crossing dance with her son in front of everyone, made more than just Brooklyn uneasy. What was supposed to be a once-in-a-lifetime celebration quietly turned into a breaking point, and according to Brooklyn, that night changed everything. He believes that moment played a major role in why he's chosen to distance himself from his family for good. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what happened at Brooklyn Beckham's wedding, what pushed him to finally speak up, and the real reason he's stepping away from the Beckham family spotlight as of January 19th. Brooklyn posted a lengthy statement to social media laying everything out from his point of view. He explained what went wrong with his parents, why he's done staying silent, and how he plans to move forward after years of pressure. His statement opened with the words, "I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private for my entire life. My parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family," Brooklyn revealed, making it clear he was done playing along. He accused his parents of shaping media stories to protect their image, even if it meant spreading what he called countless lies at the expense of innocent people. Brooklyn made it clear he believes the truth always surfaces, no matter how long it's buried, and he wasn't holding back anymore. After breaking his silence, Brooklyn Beckham didn't stop there. He went straight into recalling moments from his past that he says completely changed how he views his family. Starting with his 2022 wedding to Nicola Peltz, Brooklyn claimed the tension didn't suddenly appear after the ceremony. According to him, the pressure had been building for years, with his parents repeatedly inserting themselves into his personal relationships until things finally hit a wall. Brooklyn explained that just days before the couple planned to say "I do" in Palm Beach, Victoria Beckham abruptly announced she would no longer be designing Nicola's wedding dress. This happened at the last possible moment, despite earlier excitement, forcing Nicola to scramble under intense pressure to secure a new gown fast. At the time, Nicola addressed the situation publicly, telling Variety she chose Valentino Couture because Victoria's atelier couldn't do it. While that explanation sounded calm on the surface, Brooklyn's statement suggests there was way more tension behind the scenes than anyone was told. In his Instagram post, Brooklyn made one thing crystal clear. This situation was never just about a wedding dress or a single moment gone wrong. He described a lifetime of control, saying his parents allegedly managed everything, who he dated, how his career moved, and even the way he lived behind closed doors. According to Brooklyn Beckham, his life never fully belonged to him. Brooklyn said he grew up feeling boxed in, with decisions already made before he ever had a voice.
Starts off by saying that he's been silent for years, but claims his family and their team kept feeding stories to the press, so he finally felt forced to speak up and say his truth. He also talked about how his parents have been trying to ruin his relationship before the wedding even happened. His mom canceled making his wife's dress, and allegedly tried to bribe him into signing away his rights to his name. He also claimed that boundaries were crossed at the wedding so badly that he and his wife later had to renew their vows so they could reclaim the moment.
The moment he finally chose a partner for himself, he claims the reaction from his parents flipped fast and hard. What used to be guidance turned into pressure, and what used to feel like family started feeling like surveillance. Then came a detail that shocked a lot of people. Back in 2016, Victoria Beckham reportedly registered Brooklyn's name as an EU trademark. To many, that move now looks less like protection and more like ownership, as if his identity had been locked into a business plan years before he could object. But Brooklyn didn't stop there. He suggested the Beckham family had long blurred the line between love and profit, treating their children as extensions of a brand rather than individuals. And once he started pushing back and claiming independence, he says the tone completely changed, support disappeared, and strategy took over. Brooklyn also claimed that his marriage to Nicola Peltz caused serious tension, alleging that Victoria struggled with the idea of another woman taking priority in his life. From his point of view, jealousy mixed with control, creating an environment that became colder and more aggressive as the wedding got closer. In his statement, Brooklyn alleged that David Beckham and Victoria tried to block Nicola from using the Beckham family name. He wrote, "Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children." Brooklyn claimed the timing wasn't accidental, saying they wanted his signature before the wedding because once the ceremony happened, the deal would automatically lock in. Brooklyn added that his parents were adamant he signed the agreement before his wedding date, explaining that once the ceremony happened, the terms would automatically be activated. He claimed his refusal directly impacted a financial payoff, and from that point on, he says he was never treated the same again. According to Brooklyn Beckham, that moment marked a clear shift in how his family viewed him. He then addressed another incident that completely stunned him during the reception. Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz chose to seat their grandmothers at the main table out of love and respect since both women had lost their husbands. Their parents were still seated at equally prominent tables nearby, but Brooklyn claims emotions still exploded. In his words, Victoria Beckham went so far as to call him evil, a comment he says he'll never forget. According to Brooklyn, the tension didn't stop there. He alleged that the night before the wedding, members of his own family told him Nicola was not blood and not family, a statement that deeply cut him. Even the wedding day itself wasn't spared. What should have been a private and emotional milestone quickly became one of the most talked about moments of the entire event. In his statement, Brooklyn finally addressed the wedding dance incident that's been dissected nonstop online. He explained that his planned first dance with his wife was abruptly derailed in front of a packed room. Brooklyn wrote, "My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife." He went on to explain that singer Mark Anthony called him onto the stage where the schedule clearly listed a romantic moment with Nicola. Instead, Brooklyn said his mother was already waiting there. According to him, the situation immediately felt wrong. He stated, "She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life." That moment didn't just shock guests, it ignited nonstop speculation online. Some observers believe the behavior may connect to long-standing tension within the marriage of David Beckham and Victoria, following years of alleged infidelity rumors that once surrounded their relationship. Those rumors were later addressed publicly when the couple spoke about the strain they endured, adding yet another layer to a night that was already spiraling fast. In the Netflix documentary, David Beckham reflected on one of the most painful periods of his life, while Victoria Beckham spoke openly about the hurt and resentment she carried during that time. Now, attention is shifting to someone who witnessed the wedding incident up close and in real time, and that perspective is changing how everything is being viewed. The DJ hired for the event, DJ Fat Tony, was positioned right next to the stage when everything unfolded. With Brooklyn finally sharing his side and eyewitnesses now speaking up, the moment many brushed off as harmless is being re-examined under a very different light. What once looked like a quick, awkward interaction is now raising serious questions. According to guests at the wedding, the tension wasn't subtle at all. Those closest to the stage could clearly see how uncomfortable the situation became, not just for Brooklyn Beckham, but for Nicola Peltz as well. From DJ Fat Tony's viewpoint, their body language said everything. The unease was obvious, their expressions giving away emotions they couldn't hide, like they just wanted the moment to end. Tony has since suggested that the issue went far beyond a single dance. In his view, the incident symbolized something deeper. Years of tension, blurred boundaries, and unresolved family dynamics spilling out in front of a packed room with nowhere to hide. For many observers, Brooklyn's statement marked a major turning point. It was the first time someone directly tied to the Beckham family openly described what he claims happens behind closed doors. For years, rumors have followed the family, including ongoing speculation around David and cracks in the marriage. While never fully confirmed, Brooklyn's words reignited questions people had quietly asked for a long time. And according to sources close to the situation, this may only be the beginning, with more revelations still to come. Just last week, Brooklyn Beckham revealed he's working on a book, and insiders say this one is going to change everything. According to people close to the situation, the book will finally lay out his full story, unfiltered and from his point of view. In the world of celebrity branding, that kind of honesty is a nightmare, and it's reportedly why the Beckham camp is feeling nervous right now. Supporters of Brooklyn say none of this would have gone public if the family had been willing to listen earlier. According to DJ Fat Tony, Brooklyn's public statement didn't surprise him at all. Tony claimed Brooklyn tried multiple times to handle things privately, hoping his parents would hear him out and meet him halfway, but those conversations went nowhere. From Tony's perspective, Brooklyn felt trapped. When every attempt to speak directly was shut down, going public became the only move left to take back control of his own narrative. It wasn't about revenge, it was about finally being heard. Meanwhile, industry insiders say the Beckham camp is already planning their next steps. Unlike Brooklyn, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham are reportedly staying off social media, choosing a quieter and more calculated strategy instead. Silence for now appears to be their weapon of choice. For many watching closely, this fallout didn't come out of nowhere. Not long after the wedding, Brooklyn and Nicola Peltz quietly held a vow renewal ceremony without his parents or extended family present. According to sources close to the couple, the choice was deeply emotional. They reportedly felt their original wedding had been overshadowed by tension, so they recreated the moment in a space that finally felt calm, safe, and fully theirs. As expected, public reaction has been sharply divided, and the internet is not holding back. Some critics argue that Brooklyn should have stayed quiet, claiming he's damaging the Beckham name and should simply be grateful for the life his parents built for him. To them, speaking out looks like betrayal, not bravery. But many supporters strongly disagree, and they're making their voices just as loud. They believe Brooklyn Beckham doesn't owe anyone his silence, and has every right to speak on his own experiences. From their point of view, protecting a brand that no longer reflects his truth was never his responsibility in the first place. And that's the debate shaking public opinion right now. To some, Brooklyn isn't destroying the Beckham legacy at all. They believe he's the first person willing to stop shielding it and finally say what others wouldn't. For years, the Beckham image has been built on polish, discipline, and the illusion of a perfectly united family. Grateful children, global fame, and a flawless public brand sold to the world. But behind the scenes, Brooklyn claims control and image mattered more than personal boundaries. And that's where the cracks began to show. In the Netflix series Beckham, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham address the cheating allegations that have followed their marriage for years. While the couple denied wrongdoing, many viewers felt their explanations only raised more questions than answers. Victoria openly admitted she felt deep resentment during that period, a rare confession that exposed tension beneath the surface. For many fans, those moments forced a reevaluation of the image they'd been sold for decades, and made people wonder what life inside the Beckham household was really like. There have long been stories floating around about David Beckham and where his priorities stood during that era, including claims that important family moments were missed while his public and social life stayed front and center. Rumors involving high-profile circles and names like Jennifer Lopez, whether fully accurate or not, added fuel to a growing narrative critics say reflected imbalance inside the family dynamic. But at its core, this situation isn't about one awkward wedding dance or a single Instagram post. It's about years of pressure, blurred boundaries, and a tightly controlled public image that may have come at a real personal cost. Brooklyn Beckham speaking out didn't create these issues. It exposed them, and with his book reportedly on the way, this story is clearly far from over. If you want to stay ahead of the fallout, hear what comes next, and keep breaking down celebrity stories without the filter, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and share this with anyone following the drama. Your support helps keep these deep dives coming, and trust me, this saga is only just getting started. So I'll see you on the next one.